people, but
This
it doesn't really
means
matter.
will be crude language and discussions of adult themes.
Shit, then.
Especially if we're talking about tactical marines.
Why, have you already advertised
or
it?
Gabriel Seth. Viewer discretion is not only advised but encouraged. All opinions are our own and often given for humorous purposes. Any advice is given largely for entertainment purposes and would probably be ignored. But if you do learn something useful, count it as a win.
We are live. There we go. Yeah, so I completely cocked that up then. Good evening.
No such thing.
No such thing as a cock up.
No, just, making the best of events and all that jazz.
I had it in my head that because we filmed 2 weeks ago, that meant we needed to be live tonight to keep the 2-week cycle. But it turns out we did film 2 weeks ago, but we had a video that came out last week.
Yep.
So I put your thumbnail up.
Woohoo!
And I also...
It's not like we always stick to the 2-week thing anyway, to be fair. So, whatevs.
Well, that's good, because I royally cocked it up.
Yeah. Tony logs on and goes, "Are we live? I wasn't expecting that." Then we'll know it's a problem, but whatevs.
Cool. How you been anyway, Mark? You well?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah. I got my ass kicked by Death Guard last night. It wasn't fun. Well, it was fun enough, but I guess somewhat frustrating to lose.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
Whose Death Guard was it?
Colin. I think he played quite well, but I also think that the sheer number of Plague Marines with all the shenanigans he had was just I don't want to say it was obnoxious, but I feel like I would have had to play amazing to win the game. You know what I'm saying?
Colin is your regular doler out of beatings at the hands of Death Guard, isn't he?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Tony is... Hello, Harry. Tony is on his way. He is taking care of some lingering family commitments before joining us. He is due to join us and will be here soon, hopefully.
I'm sure
it is always more fun with Tony, of course.
Yeah. So you're probably, when he gets on, we're probably going to show his stream. I assume he's going to be set up because he is the most professional painter of the three of us.
Oh, yeah. By a country mile, if not two.
Yeah. Because I am very, I don't want to say casual, but I guess maybe a little bit casual.
Well, you have very little free time. Although, to be fair, you stream painting a lot, so you make time for doing the things.
Yeah, I try and do it. I try and do the painting every week.
Yeah.
So it's it is a bit of a commitment. I have lost faith in the new Blood Angels detachment.
Really? How come?
Yeah. I think it just doesn't suit my play style. You need to be okay with throwing all your stuff forward in turn one and just charging. And that's not really how I play 40k. So I think next week, or next time I play, might be next week, might be the week after, I think I'm going back to Liberator Soul Group. Because I was a bit sick of Angelic Inheritors, honestly, because I played it for a year. So yeah, I think I'm going to go back to...
Well, the Angelic Inheritors was never either fully suited to your play style.
No, it's a bit more of a shooting detachment, really, isn't it?
For a massive, colossal Blood Angel fanboy and possibly one of the biggest faces of Blood Angel proponents on the internet these days, your play style is not very Blood Angel.
No, that's true. You're very kind, by the way. The biggest proponent of Blood Angels. Man, that must make people that have the Blood Angels playstyle sick, huh? Because it's not me. Yeah, so I just think that Rage Cursed Onslaught just doesn't jive with me.
No, that's fair. I was saying to a friend of mine earlier, if something doesn't fit with you, then it doesn't fit with you. There's no shame over that in any way, shape, or form. It is what it is. You make the best of what you enjoy and what you're good at. So, yeah,
good evening, Wordsby. Yeah, so I'm thinking, because it's coming up to the end of the edition, and because I can't seem to just find a good list anyway, and all the time I feel like I need to be carried by Vindicator tanks. I'm thinking I might just like go crazy and just be like, I'm going to take a bunch of Thunderhammer Terminators.
Yeah.
With the chaplain.
Okay.
Like maybe even 2 squads of 5, and just be like, here's a bunch of 4-wound Terminators. It's not something you really see in Blood Angels, right?
Okay, that's fair. So you don't want to think, you might want to lean into it the other direction and go, it's the end of the edition, sod it, I'm going to play the Iron Hands detachment that gives all my Vindicators a reroll that I can use on damage rolls if I don't need it on anything else. And just, double down on what you're enjoying and what you're good at.
On full armor. Well, I think it's like a country shame that the Terminators haven't been used this edition. So that's kind of why I was half.
They're some of the best models they've done this, and they came out like 3 years ago now? Almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah, I've got an admission to make, a confession to make. I haven't bought any of the new Assault Terminators.
So let me show you something. So I picked something up a couple of months ago from a friend of mine who had got this thing that he wanted to sell because he hadn't been using it. So I picked this up.
Nice. Did you have to pay a lot for it, or was it okay?
I paid 100.
Oh, that's okay. I think on eBay they're probably double that, are they?
Yeah, something like that. So he was quite happy with it. And apart from this one thing broken off the sprue there, I don't know if you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all still on sprue, the whole bloody thing.
Yeah, I mean, you the hundreds is a steal on that. I think on eBay
Absolutely.
you probably pay 200.
Yeah. Let me just show this off to Tony once he comes on. Hey, Tony.
There he is.
Look at this.
What is that?
An almost mint on sprue box of Space Hulk.
Wow! How the fuck did you get that?
I got lucky.
You get fucking lucky.
We should preface, Tony, that we are live because I apparently fucked up the weeks.
Well, fuck.
I thought because we didn't. I thought because. It's safe to say we're not getting monetized on tonight's stream, so if you would kindly become a member or drop a super chat, it would be appreciated.
I'm not going to drop any C-bombs, just because I was upset by C-bombs, but I quite like it. I think it's my favourite word.
Is it? Okay.
So I like it because not saying it very often
means it's not weight.
Exactly. The few times you do say it, you know that somebody really deserves it.
I was going to say, wait until your kid says one of these words to you, and then you'll be like,
"Oh, he's done it!
Oh, he's done it! Okay."
He's done it. And his mum's like, "Wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." I was like, "It probably was." He was being, I can't remember what he was doing or something, but he clearly got frustrated. He just goes, "This is maybe 8 months ago."
Oh yeah.
So he's 2, and he just turns around and he goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And hearing a 2-year-old say that.
That's not ideal, is it?
No, but it's very funny.
No. Yeah, my 3-year-old dropped the F-bomb, and I was like, oh my goodness, Michael, we do not say that. Like, where have you heard that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I know where he heard it. It was his mother. And it's an interesting thing. Now, I'm sure the chat are going to tell me something different. It's just my imagination. But I've got a friend of mine's Polish. And he is, or was, the most sweary man I've ever met. Like, he used to use, he just used to say fuck instead of full stop. In fact, I'm completely convinced he thought that was the noise a full stop made. So every single sentence was finished by it.
I've watched Train Spotting. Isn't that how they talk in Scotland?
A little bit, yeah. Some people, anyway.
Anyway, we talked about this a while ago. So when he had a kid, he was desperate to not be that dad that kept swearing all the time. I do remember when he got a phone call from the school to say that his child had sworn. and where had he learnt that language from? And I happened to be at the house thing, and I'm in the background. I was going, fuck, wank, fucking fuck. And my friend was on the phone to the school saying, I don't know where he's heard that. That is my friend in the background. And he's now becoming not my friend in the background.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
And I'm going to punch him out. But anyway, so we've got this theory between us that the reason he used to swear so much is because he says he never swore in his own language. He'd never swear in his own. Because he learnt to speak English with other engineers, it's got no like negative connotations in his mind. It doesn't feel like a bad word to him because it was never, you mustn't say that. It's just language to him. It's just a word. So he used to swear all the time, and he just used it to punctuate his sentences, basically. I'm also fairly convinced that's why my wife swears so much. But you've not lived until you've had a Chinese person say bollocks, which is the most English swear word I think there is.
Yeah, I would say it is. Yeah, we don't say that in Scotland very often.
But it's very funny when someone says a very thick Chinese accent.
What are you cracking, Tony?
Oh, well, because it is a school night and I am a massive old lady now, apparently, it is, if I can just come into focus, it is alcohol-free punk IPA.
Hasn't Brewdog been in the news recently about
there's a lot of drama
screwed over or
Brewdog.
something? Yeah.
Yeah, they're having trouble, aren't they? Financial troubles or something, and they're something to do with all the punks or whatever, because they used to sell equity, didn't they? The equity for punks thing. They're all getting screwed. It's all being bought out, and the punks aren't getting nearly the value that they should be because of the way they've been bought out by some American brewer or something.
Yeah, I almost bought into that when they were like on the up and up, because I was like, oh my goodness, this beer company's taken over the world, and it was like you could get in and like I think you get in as little as 500 or something.
But the thing is, and I know they've had their problems in over the years and things, because there's some accusations that the guy who runs it was a bit of a dickhead or something.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? But I really do quite like Brewdog beer.
You've had it quite a few times on the stream when we've been doing stuff. So.
Most of the things that they put out, I rather like.
They're getting kind of pricey, though, right? Is that why they've done so badly?
Because they're all just as bad as each other. I think part of their problem was they suffer a similar problem to GW used to suffer, although now they can't accuse them of it.
Okay.
They're seen as the big boys, right?
Oh, all right.
Because they're the one you see. If you're talking about craft beer and that, they're the one you see in the supermarkets, and
they're all over the place.
They're the ones who've got the bars and stuff like that. But the thing is, so people see things like Beavertown and stuff like that as like the little boys, the upstarts, the new one, this sort of thing. But of course, they're owned by the same people who own Guinness and Heineken and things like that. So actually, these ones that people keep accusing of being the little ones are owned by these massive mega conglomerates.
Yeah.
And Brewdog really was genuinely a little independent company. So it was a very successful little independent company, but without nearly the kind of the market power of these,
the capital and the backing. Yeah.
So people were treating them like they were the big ones, and they were sort of crushing all the little ones. When actually, it was just they were a little one that was being quite successful, and are getting crushed by these giant companies that they really don't have a chance against.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it doesn't help them at all. It's just a little bit sad. So I don't know whether they will go pop. I hope they don't go pop. I quite like their products. They are cheap, but they're not any more expensive than anybody else at the moment.
Yeah, it said they'd lost 37 million last year, is what I read.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you run a company where you're losing that much money and are like, this is okay? That's just a bad year,
Well, it's just the numbers that these sort of like these companies that deal with are just so beyond what we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
So if that was who's I can't remember the one, Anheuser-Busch, who owned Budweiser. They lost like billions or something overnight, and they didn't seem all that bothered by it with the whole Bud Light controversy of a couple of years ago.
That's crazy.
And it's just.
So further from our talk last week, Tony, Have you started painting for your tournament? Is this what
you're
doing
at the moment? That's literally on. So I've got
the shape of the shield there. It looks like a Crimson Paladin to me.
that is a Crimson Paladin. That will be a Blade Guard.
Very
It's
cool.
It's what, a Tartaros Terminator suit, basically, is it?
No, Cataphracti.
Okay.
How many Crimson Paladins did you buy?
Well, I bought one box of them ages ago, and I keep meaning to paint them up.
So this is a perfect excuse.
So now this is the excuse to finally get them out of that box and paint them.
I need to get the Dawnbreaker in the post to you, John.
Because
you need to send me an invoice.
they're just beautiful models. I bought them because I wanted them, rather than any other reason. And I've been waiting for a use to use them. And then I realised when the Blade Guard come out that the Blade Guard are about the same height. Actually, they're slightly taller.
And these are more Blood Angel flavoured and decorated and everything. So it's a perfect sub in.
And this is controversial, I've never really liked the Blade Guard models.
They came out at the point where everything was just like being overburdened by an excessive amount of trim and detail and crap.
And so are these, but at least it's Blood Angels you detail.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm a bit I like my miniature to be quite clean, so I have a habit of shaving off detail.
Okay.
Slightly less skulls on absolutely everything. But I know why they do it. They put all the Sisters of Battle are the worst ones for it at the moment. They put all this detail on there because it makes them easier to paint.
Yeah, because you just paint the detail basically.
You just paint the detail and then you give the whole thing a wash. And because there's no flat surfaces, you can just sort of wash it.
Yeah, naturally highlighted and picked
wash it,
out.
dry brush it, all done.
Yeah. I respect that.
I much prefer, if I'm honest, more smoother surfaces, flat panels, things like that I can use transfers, a bit of freehand or whatever on.
Yeah.
Which is why I do genuinely really quite like the Intercessors.
Oh, because they just have so many flat surfaces.
They're just nice and clean. So you can just do a nice clean paint job on them and they're quite pleasurable to do.
That makes sense.
And it's a similar feeling I have to Terminators as well, especially I really love those new Terminators.
We were saying before you joined that they're some of the best models of this edition.
They really are. I've got a couple of those. So what I'm doing at the moment is my most hated thing that I ever have to do. And unfortunately, due to the sort of like painting style that I've developed over the last 30 years or whatever I've been doing this, I have to do it on every single model generally. And that is after I've done all of the kind of base, the armor. So this is Space Marines especially.
Yeah.
I have to go around with black paint and paint everything that isn't armor black.
Oh, right, yeah. I kind of do that with Dawnstone to a certain extent.
And just blacking out all the detail. I did one of these Crimson Paladins a couple of days ago, and it took me an hour and a half to do one fucking model.
Ugh.
And all I'm doing is just taking black paint and painting over all the trim and filigree.
Yeah. Fair enough. I appreciate why you do that. I don't bother.
Well, it just makes the other colours you put on those sections and that pop. And I also quite like the way that it gives me a nice, clear view of what the armour looks like. So when I've done this, I'll go back into the armour and I might do a bit of tweaking and highlight or whatever. And I can just get a nice, clean look of how the whole model's going to look together.
Good evening, Bearded Coyote. Good evening, Marius. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us for this evening of painting and chill and waffling and bad language.
I don't know what you're talking about, wanker. Is that a word that you use much in Scotland?
Do you know what? I have been trying actively now for like 5 years not to cuss because obviously same thing goes with very young kids. So I think probably most of my cussing goes in my YouTube videos or like my live battle, or here or my battle reports. I don't really cuss in day to day. I'm probably more likely to say like fucker. Like I wouldn't call somebody a wanker. I would call them a fucker. But I mean, that could be used positively as well, right? Like if I see my friends after a while,
you
I
lucky
might be
fucker,
like,
yeah.
I was like, "What's up, fucker?" You know, like, and that's not like an insult.
I think that's a uniquely kind of British and Australian thing, where the more vile the language we use to describe someone, probably the more we like them.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. That is the thing.
I get that. You trust them not to take it the wrong way.
Yeah, and Australians do it as well. And then I think the Americans get very confused by it. It definitely upset my wife when she moved over here. She did not understand why the people that I was closest to, I was the most horrible to in our conversations. I remember one of my friends quite recently got cancer. Well, no, this is not a funny thing at all. It's a horrible thing, and he's very lucky to survive. It's a long story, and I'm not going to go into it here. But I was really worried about him because it's my closest friend. It's my little boy's godfather. He's not particularly old, but it's a very rare form, and he came very close to dying. And the first thing I say to him, and his body has been ravaged, and his voice is destroyed, and he can barely walk. He's got this little stick, and I was like, you silly twat. Go on, say something. Can't hear you, fucker. I've just been horrible. And she was like, you haven't seen this man for months because he nearly died. And all you can do is take the piss out of him. Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing here.
Yep.
You know,
and it's back to normal as well in a way, which is
absolutely is. You know, I didn't manage to kill you then. I'll try hard next time. It's just she just could not, for the life of her, fathom that this was my closest and one of my oldest friends. And I was just making, and both of us just started out, we were just making such light of the cancer, you know, that it's done so much damage. And all we're doing is mocking it functionally. And I think that's a uniquely kind of British, and from what I hear, Australian kind of behavior, where things that scare us, things that upset us and whatnot, we just mock relentlessly.
Yeah.
And she was saying that when she first moved over, in that it really actually used to upset her, the way that we would talk with this level of irreverence and things, because it's just the opposite to how she was raised to talk to people. You know, someone who's been through this kind of harrowing event, you should be very gentle with them. You know.
I get that.
But I just I told her to stop being such a silly cow.
Cultural, obviously. Yeah.
You want to hear a dad joke?
I love a good dad joke. Go on.
What's the biggest threat to the teeth of an Imperium soldier?
Go on.
Plaque Marines. Sorry, I know it was bad.
No,
I bet you play a Rouge in Warcraft as well.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
It's a rogue with a G instead of a Q.
That'd be a rogue, wouldn't it? If rogue is spelled
ROGE, it's
no, it's not. It's a misspelling rather than a G and a Q. Sorry, I'm talking out my ass.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
ROGUE is how you spell rogue.
Yes.
Dickheads spell it ROUGE, and there's quite a lot of dickheads on the internet.
Oh, so like rouge, because they can't spell the word rogue.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand now.
Yeah, I sort of knew where you were going with it.
I didn't. Which is ironic, because that's not really a World of Warcraft thing. That's a...
I know, I came across it in Warcraft more than anything, because rogues, and there's a lot of rogues.
I think it's a funny one, because I came across that term with things like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
it was my real introduction to Dungeons and Dragons, because I don't know about you two, but Dungeons and Dragons for me didn't really exist till I was... I'm sure it did exist, but you know, it wasn't a thing for me growing up, apart from those old video games.
I accept your point of view. I reject it as being completely different to my experience.
And it might be, of course, Games Workshop got their start making miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that's true.
So it clearly was a thing at some point, but I genuinely had never heard of it until I was an adult, apart from through Baldur's Gate video games and what was the other one? Like Dark Alliance.
Dark Alliance.
With Driz Duerden.
Yeah, Icewind Dale.
The Icewind Dale series and these sorts of things. But the actual game of Dungeons and Dragons didn't exist to me. It was the books and the video games were the property.
So I started playing it when I got into secondary school, and there was an ongoing campaign that went place over a couple of years and was one of the big published campaigns that they'd done. So I'd been playing D&D and Dragonlance and Forgotten Realms and stuff for a few years before Baldur's Gate ever came out.
Did you see they do this thing called D&D in a Castle, Mark?
I've seen that.
I'm aware of it. It's fun. It's cool.
Is it a con? Or what, you sound like you're negative about it. Am I missing something?
No, I'm not negative. I'm just like, dude, I put on costumes and go away and live role play for the weekend to be like fancy characters or 40k characters or whatever. So I'm only being dismissive about it because it's not anything really that's new to me in a way.
Okay, but like,
I suppose if you do this, it's quite a big thing. But for regular people, the idea of going and hanging around in a castle and pretending to be a wizard is a relatively exciting or unique experience.
Some friends of mine who've been LARPing went to like a one-off roleplay event out in Europe recently called Aretusa, which might be familiar to you as a name or might not, depending on how.
Yeah, I know the name. Yeah.
Yep. So the idea was that they got a castle out somewhere in Eastern Europe and did a Witcher LARP set in the school of Aretusa. And it was very sort of like linear and story, and you're all initiates at the Aretusa School of Wizardry, and you might encounter characters from the Witcher universe and so forth.
That sounds wicked.
And it's like they described it as a roller coaster of a game in that it's very curated, linear, set piece to set piece to set piece.
Yeah,
you're playing your characters as the adventure unfurls around you. You don't really have any agency. You're just experiencing it and being in the universe.
Yeah, well, you'd have to be able to do that kind of event. It's like this, even the D&D in a castle. To get a good game of D&D, and I don't know about you, it takes a good 8 hours, and normally people haven't got out of the first village because everyone's fucking shopping.
On the one hand, yes. It depends on how they pitch it going into it, because the same friends went to another European event the year prior, which was a Game of Thrones one.
Right.
And that was pitched very much, you're all these characters, you're all backstabbing assholes here to get the most out of everybody else. You're from the Iron Bank, you're from the great houses, all this kind of stuff, and you're out there to screw everybody over and make out like a bandit. Cool. It's up to you to make out the plot. It's up to you how you're going to interact with everybody. Here's what you've got. Here's your resources. Here's a sandbox. Go play. And some people love that sort of stuff. It's great. So I mean, different role players love different kind of things, of course. But again, you got a huge fancy castle out somewhere in Eastern Europe. You've got people in all these period costumes. You've got some 3D printed dragon eggs secretly kicking around, being fought over by all the this. It's great.
I mean, that doesn't sound wicked.
Sorry.
Go on.
Go back to D&D in a castle then. Is D&D in a castle not something cool then, or you just think it's too mainstream? Or
it can be a couple of different things in a way. It can be, here is a setting, here is a place in which you go and play D&D, and then you're sort of wowed by the atmosphere of the place that you're in and the feel, because you're not in a kitchen sat around a table with the kids running, screaming, and the cat jumping on the table, knocking all your dice and character sheets all over the place. You're in a fucking castle, and it's awesome.
I see.
Or you could be asked to like dress up and be your character and act through them. But while you're, again, sitting around a table in the way that you'd see on some internet shows, which is cool and fun. I'm trying not to be dismissive of it, but at the same time, it's kind of not for me, really.
No, that's cool. I mean, here's the thing: you already have a group, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, that like I had D&D same as you. I played it at school, I haven't had a D&D group since school, which I guess is like 20 some years. So like the idea of just like going somewhere, everybody's in character. You know, like you don't need to find a group. It's just like you're just
God, no. You've got the isolation, you've got the atmosphere, you've got the
You just
feeling,
play
you've
for
got
a
a little bit
weekend.
of dry ice, a bit of smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the weekend, you
Be really immersive.
You maybe made a friend or two, and then you move on. You know, like I thought that actually sounded pretty cool. It's expensive though. I think I looked at it and it was like
wouldn't shock me.
Couldn't believe how expensive it was. But did I
suppose
ever
it
tell
depends on
you?
what that includes, doesn't it? Like if it's just your accommodation, if it's accommodation, your food, and you've got a bit of an event going on as well, and like Mark says, people wandering around in character and things like that, it's probably worth it, isn't it?
Well, yeah, nothing's cheap these days. So you're right. I think it includes like a luxury accommodation in the castle and all your food, but and then you're there for a few days and you do like a 10-hour campaign or something over the few days.
I mean, that sounds pretty. Well, actually, to be honest, because I'm not like Mark, I do have a gaming group, but basically, since Alan's been born, I don't play D&D because I cannot commit to that kind of time. Because I don't know about you, Mark, but I'm one of life's perpetual DMs. I've very rarely been involved in a campaign that I've not been the bloody dungeon master for.
So there is a phenomenon which is very well noted amongst role players along the lines of, if you have an idea for a world or a game that you want to play in or something you want to be, it's really, really hard to convince somebody else to run that. And the only way you can get to have that thing exist is by running it yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I think part of it also is that none of those other fuckers can be asked to run a game.
There is that.
There's quite a lot of admin in it, and I put quite a lot of work into encounters and
you get one
miniatures
more on that derails the whole campaign. Did I ever tell you about the tournament that I went to for D&D?
Go on.
No?
Oh,
how'd you have a D&D tournament?
So let me just answer this before we let you go on your thing, John. People write adventures for D&D. They set parameters for the characters that you can bring to it, and you get judged and adjudicated for how you go through the adventure and the ending that you get based on whatever those parameters are. It is competitive D&D, and it is, to my personal point of view,
the fucking antithesis of what D&D is supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, it was one of the funnest campaigns that I've ever played.
Brilliant.
But also, we apparently did the worst of any team at the whole event. So, like, take it with a pinch of salt. The event starts.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, the event, it started with you, like, in the tavern. Standard, like, hero quest. There's a dungeon. There's a thing in the dungeon. I think it was something like there's a mage in the dungeon. He's raised, like, a giant colob thing. He's going to stomp the town, or he's been stomping the town. You need to go investigate the dungeon, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think because it's competitive, you only have, like, 3 or 4 hours. You know, so it's like you have a set time, and like you said, I guess...
They run this sort of thing at conventions. They'll be done at the UK Games Expo. They'll have like convention-run adventures on specific modules and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, it'll definitely be on time around a slot.
So like bonus points, like you said, if you defeat the boss. Bonus points if you find the secret chest. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So our group like spent way too long in town. Finally get to the dungeon, and when we got to the dungeon, right, we found outside the dungeon, like a bunch of horses tied up. So we then spent, I guess, the best part of like probably 45 minutes of our time deciding what to do with these tied up horses. And of course, that was not part of the campaign at all. The DM was just ad-libbing.
Yeah.
You know, like, so we wasted like probably close to an hour on this like time dungeon about like if we were going to like what we're going to do with these horses outside, and they were just like a nothing piece, just like setting the scene of like there's other people in this dungeon. So we then were rushed through the dungeon. We missed like so many obvious things. Like people were dying in traps because we were like rushing to make up time, and they basically said like, you know, like the end when they're like announcing points. Like, we basically had, like, no points. And they were like, yeah, next time you do one of these, and we never did another one. Our group disbanded pretty quickly after that one, to be honest. They were like, next time maybe go in the dungeon rather than wasting like an hour in the town and tying up some horses that are. And no, like, you know, the other group, the people that had those horses, they were never coming back out the dungeon. It was just to say, like, other people have been here.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with it, but yeah, we never went to another tournament after that. I couldn't tell you why.
I think it kind of though says exactly illustrates my feelings about that idea of competitive D&D. You had a great time because you completely ignored the competitive D&D
Yeah.
and just played D&D.
By poo-pooing it, I'm not saying that anybody who enjoys it is shit. Far from it. If you go into it accepting what you're going into, and that's how you enjoy the game, more power to you. Do it. It's just not for me.
It's not what I play D&D for. But I have admittedly, I've actually sort of quit one group that I've been in because they were so obsessed with doing weird, wacky, off-the-wall, trope-destroying acts all of the fucking time. I just got so fed up because I just wanted an elf and a wizard and a warrior. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, I'm a half-elf, incredibly convoluted, sarcastic thing that can only cast spells that turn people into cats.
It's weird. I used to love playing that sort of snowflake special mold-breaking character, but over the last, as I've matured over the last 5 or 6 years, maybe a bit more,
just be a fucking wizard.
All my characters have been, you know what? The archetypes are solid for a reason.
I like the archetypes.
They're like the foundation of the setting, and why I like the setting because the archetypes are in there. So why wouldn't want to be part of what makes the setting what it is?
What I like about D&D is all the things that I read in those Icewind Dale books when I was a kid. I want a halfling and I want the halfling to be a little bit of a sneaky old rogue and this sort of silly shit. I don't need a halfling barbarian with a +2 blah 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 blah. Oh, fuck's sake. It's not funny. It's just annoying.
I feel like you ranting about it. It's quite funny.
Yeah, it is funny. I feel like when I was growing up, I actually preferred the D&D books to the Lord of the Rings books, which is funny because Lord of the Rings is so popular now.
But Lord of the Rings is also a fucking slog to read through.
It is certainly a lot less accessible.
Until the Peter Jackson films came along, it was pretty inaccessible to people who weren't willing to, commit a lot to it.
True.
I read and reread those Icewind Dale novels so many times.
I actually bought one of them not too long ago, the collector's edition of the first edition. Cool. What you call it?
Okay, cool.
Just like the first edition. Well, I'll show you why I bought it because I found it on eBay.
While you're doing that, Richie is commenting that you've got the Centurions out. So, explain that a little, Tony.
Oh yeah, the list. So Mark and I are going to a doubles event, and Mark's got a very sensible list. It's got many Death Company and a couple of chaplains, weren't it? Did you go with Skeleton Boy or Weird Flesh Man with an axe?
Give me a second. Let me share. I'll screen share the list just so that it's up there for people to see.
So Mark's gone sort of very heavy on the Death Company. We did an episode. If you actually look at, I think it's our previous episode.
Yeah, it's the last episode we did.
Where we went through and we wrote how we would do it from a competitive point of view, how we would put together the list for an event. And then I derailed the whole thing. And I said, thank you very much to John, who had come up with this brilliantly excellent competitive set of lists.
Oh, yeah, strategic, well thought out, loads of synergies.
Strategic, well thought out. And I said, or, now hear me out, or I can bring a Land Raider with 3 Centurions in it and fill the rest of the army with Terminators.
Yeah.
That's what I've got. I've got some Centurions and a Land Raider, and I've got a squad of Terminators with a chaplain, and a squad of Terminators with a chaplain, and a squad of Blade Guard veterans represented by these Terminators, and a chaplain. All in Sons of Sanguinius, which was now well established as not a particularly strong detachment. But I can remember it because it's not very complicated, and all I've got to do is hit things with sticks. Very slow things with sticks. And then Mark's got more chaplains. So this means that between us, we have in fact got 6 chaplains.
Yeah, including Lamatis.
He's a chaplain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
We've got 6 chaplains and basically no fire support whatsoever. And the mission rules can get fucked.
Yeah.
because we've got 6 chaplains.
Oh God, I've found something out as well, Tony, which might make you chuckle.
Go on.
So the store that I've partnered with for Star Wars, who's now sponsoring the Star Wars channel, recently came out and they've got a planetary qualifier competitive event taking place. It's on the exact same day this doubles event is taking place up at Element. So I can't go to that, which is really annoying. But there's going to be another Star Wars tournament taking place at Element the day after this is happening on the Sunday.
So you're going to stay up there and do it?
Yeah, probably.
Might as well.
Yeah, why not? So
that
that'll be funny.
Quite funny. You're going to be knackered, you are.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so look, here's my copy of the book. That honestly, I don't know how well the camera is going to pick it up.
Okay.
Like,
oh yeah, I've got that. I've got that one, the multi one with all 3 books in it.
Yeah, and it looks like the spine is really ripped. The camera is not picking up; it's too bright.
So,
but
I don't know about you, but I got that one first, and then I got the Icewind Dale books afterwards.
I did it the other way around.
Yeah,
but
because the Icewind Dale books are older.
Like someone's taken the corner off this, so I must have just bit it at one point. So no, I found a first edition on eBay that was like not completely. I mean, it's still bashed up a bit because the book's 1995, but this one, I figure I would like give this one to my kids or give this one to somebody. But it looks like
Rex one looks exactly like mine. Mine is just as chewed up and has been read about 20 times.
Oh yeah,
and it's a proper book, if you know what I mean. Like
yeah. Like the pages in this one are yellow.
Teenage me,
you know, like they're proper yellow.
Oh, have you seen? There's been Kickstarters up for the old fighting fantasy books, redoing them and reworking them and giving them reprints and all this sorts of thing.
They were all redone fairly recently, anyway, because Rhianna Pratchett did some stuff with it, didn't she? She was one of the authors of the new fighting fantasy books they did.
This wasn't like new ones; it was the original books,
right? But yeah, they were re-released not that long ago. Who's it? Thomas Jack? No, I can't remember the name.
Steve Jackson.
Steve Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. GW founder himself.
Mr. GW founder himself.
Or did he write those?
Or one of them.
Fantasy books? Did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Because I had those as a kid. But as like everybody else with those things, you always use your cheat and leave your finger in the page.
Yeah. Until you made several choices back and you wanted to go back too far. It's like, I can't retrace my steps anymore. Where's this one page I need?
Yeah. We all did it.
It's like save scumming a video game.
It's like, that's the same thing, isn't it? We were just save scumming a book.
Yeah, pretty much.
Were they the ones that had a dice with them?
Yeah, some of them were.
Some too. Some did, yeah. Not many, but some.
But it was ones, it's like, if you think you should go down the corridor, go to page 57.
I've got a Hero Quest one of those, you know that?
I've got a Mario one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so shit.
I liked the Hero Quest one, actually. It was like a childhood thing where I read that book so many times.
That's quality. That was my childhood.
So what are you painting this evening, John?
Oh, I'm doing... Well, this is an Assault Terminator, but I'm jumping between, like... I've got a lot of stuff that's in progress, man. Death Company with Eviscerators. I've got some Blade Guard. I've got some Assault Terminators. I don't really know where I'm going, but I like to get shit battle ready because then it gives me options when tournament.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like there's nothing worse than like going to a tournament and being like, I have to paint, the night before or 2 nights before,
or in my case, a month before. But you've got
no time.
11 Blood Angel models that all need painting from scratch. And because somebody else is going, that you're also supporting another 2 dreadnoughts for them.
Yeah, see, that sounds like my worst nightmare, dude.
Yeah. And because these are my very expensive Crimson Paladins, I don't want to paint them a couple that I want for the Blade Guard. I'm going to paint the whole squad of 5 so that they all look the same.
Mm-hmm. No, I get you. No, I hear you 100%. So I genuinely have probably like 5,000 points of stuff that's... Well, I know my color scheme for my whole army, right? That doesn't really change.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
So I don't need to worry about having the whole unit finished, because I've been doing this shit long enough that when I jump back to this unit in 6 months' time, I'll be like, oh, I know what paints I'm using, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah,
I write it down. I have a little book. We've talked about this on stream before when we did the episode on preparing for doing a painting, preparing for a tournament and stuff like that. And it's really important that I actually do track
the individual tidbits and
everything that I paint gets tracked in one of these.
Oh, cool.
So that if I did want to go back and add to that unit or something, I do have the which paints I used and stuff like that. And I suppose the difference is though that because I flip between armies a lot, and brands of paint and all sorts, and some of the paints that I might use go out of production.
Yeah, you're a bit more hardcore than me. I'm just doing one army, so it's easy for me to remember, I guess.
Even these ones here, the Crimson Paladins are using this paint, which I love, but actually my bottle's getting a bit worn out and it's getting very annoying because it's now not brushing very well. And I use this Scale Color Artist ink, which is a more crimson color, which means that if you were to add white to it or to highlight it, it would turn pink.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys, they are Centurions, which means that they are standard firstborn rather than Horus Heresy models, which means that they kind of build up from bar red, which turns a more orange color when you brighten out. So these have got a much warmer tone than the Crimson Paladin because of the fact that it's Horus Heresy style or thingy. And then if you go to my Primaris stuff, that's another red again. That builds up from a more traditional paint red, which goes through AK's deep red. So just gets a bit confusing after a while, I have to admit. Because I've painted them all depending on the era that their models are associated with.
Jeez. To be fair, I'd expect nothing else from you.
It's an unnecessary level of complication, though, I have to freely admit.
Dude, even me doing one army, I overcomplicate things. I could have just at some point been like, fuck it, let's go contrast, let's get everything finished. And would I be upset if my whole army was finished and have to paint every week? Probably not, you know?
I enjoy painting too much, to be honest. Although I'm going to say something controversial, John, and you're going to hate me. I realised painting these models that I'm actually at the point where I'm sick of painting things red.
Oh no, that's a shame.
And I've got, I don't know how many thousands of points of Blood Angels, but a lot. And many of those units have been repainted. And some of the units have been retired and sold because I've done more than one deal where I've traded my painted Blood Angels for like a few units or something for something else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, this is my second set of Centurions because the first set I traded for a, what was it? It was a Caladius Grav Tank, 4-drop one.
Good trade, I think.
Yeah, but it was unpainted and unbuilt. So painted and finished things.
Just putting this out there. So, having, as you've said, become a little bit sick of painting red and doing Blood Angels for all these years.
Yeah.
You have recently decided to start a small World Eaters force, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Didn't I paint them white? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And it is in no small part of me being sick of painting red that I decided to paint all of my World Eaters in Heresy colours.
That's fair.
Brilliant. Because I have, just after a while, it's like, I reckon I've bought every red paint on the market in Britain.
Mm-hmm.
And I've bought, tested, played with everyone. Yeah. You just get a bit sick of it after a while.
That's fair.
It's a bit like gold as well. I'm sick of gold.
I was going to say, unless you're the Blood Angels commander and then you just grin and bear it.
So where do you think you're going to go from here then, Tony?
I've got to those. I've still got those.
Are you sick of gold as well? What's that other army you like a lot?
Custodians.
Custodes, that's the one. What sort of colour do they do a lot of?
Well, I made them golden bananas. And I didn't make them just a little bit gold. No, they're properly gold. And that's Yeah, so I'm just
why
really
is
sick
sick
of doing
of
that.
gold then? Yeah.
Oh, off topic from
Go on.
40k for a minute.
Yeah.
Have you
Jesus
seen the
Christ,
news?
we don't go off topic from 40k, John. I don't know what you're we haven't talked about 40k all night. I think it's the first 10 minutes we've actually done.
That we've talked about 40k.
Took a lot of effort to get us onto 40k, but yeah, sure, all right, go for it.
Go on, let's get us back off it again then.
Did you hear that? What's the deal with Shatterpoint, man?
So I read the
something
news
about that.
story about that earlier. Yeah, the news story said that AMG is it? Whatever they're called,
Asmodee or something, yeah.
Atomic Mass Games,
That's the
AMG,
one, yeah.
put out a story saying we are reducing the release cadence of Star Wars Shatterpoint because we've released a bunch of all the base Star Wars stuff. There's plenty of stuff out there to play with. It's hard to find new stuff without, redoing the same shit we've already done over and over again. So we're reducing the release cadence. Then in sort of big, bold, extra highlighted letters, this does not mean we are cancelling the game. We know we have a history of cancelling games, so we are not cancelling the game. Please do not be worried. Please do not drop the game immediately, which will speed up us cancelling it because nobody's playing it and buying it and stuff. This is all fine. The game is fine. We're reducing the release cadence. We're releasing a little bit less stuff, but we're still supporting it. We're still doing organized play. We're still doing all this. Blah, blah. Please don't stop playing the game and supporting us as we go along because it's not going anywhere. It was amusing that they went to such great pains to address that because clearly somebody's aware they've got a reputation
They
for
have something of a
cancelling their
reputation
shit.
for-
Yes.
All right, that's more positive than I heard. Then I thought it was getting cancelled. I never got round to picking up Shatterpoint, but it wasn't from a lack of want, right? It was a lack of probably half finances, half time. Right?
I believe I did a solid job of selling it to you guys.
No, you did, 100%.
I'm never going to play it, I have to admit, even though I do like the sound of the rules. But I keep meaning to pick up a couple of models just to add to my pile of shame.
Yeah, it's fair.
The
models
can be added to things that I'm not going to paint.
Yeah, that's my problem. There was a couple of years back. There was a deal on Star Wars Legion. It was like a July the 4th deal.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I remember you said, or a Black Friday thing, or whatever it was.
And it was £250 or 200. I think it was £235 of Legion models for $99.99. So you were getting 135 extra.
Yeah,
and
I remember that coming up because you actually sent us a link to it.
Yeah,
do you?
And you were like, "Look at this deal."
Yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a great deal. I do not want to get into another miniatures game. Thank you very much, John. But it's a great deal."
It's a great deal, and I haven't built or I haven't taken a single miniature off the sprue from that deal, and that was like 2 or 3, maybe even. I reckon that was probably 3. It was like May the 4th.
Not long after we started the channel. I don't think.
No, that sounds about right. Yeah.
So I've had an entire Republic army and an entire Geonosis army in the box. Do you know what? I keep every week, man. Every like yesterday, I check my Euro Millions numbers.
Yeah.
Because if I win the Euro Millions, I'm not
jack in work and just sit around painting cool stuff.
Well, I was thinking that does sound like my ideal thing. You know, I'd be able to put a little bit more money into my YouTube channel, maybe get even like a little office, like a little room or something that is like my YouTube studio.
You'd reach another tier on Maslow's hierarchy of self potential and not having to work to pay the bills and all that bollocks.
Yeah, so I keep checking those Euro Million numbers and I keep not hitting a single one. So if you've got any advice, which is funny because last week Miles rolled 8 ones in a row against me. And 8 ones in a row is statistically the same as winning the lottery. I would have rather win the lottery.
Okay.
But then, do you know what? You hear all these horror stories of people that win the lottery and then they just go batshit crazy and they lose all the money because they don't know, like... You know, like...
So,
I think,
I've heard those stories. I've got to help thinking that we hear those stories because
I feel like they're being
people
put out to try and convince me that I don't want to win the lottery.
Or just because like people read them and go, oh, yeah. You know how like the news only shows bad news because nobody likes to watch good news.
Yeah. Same as YouTube channels only put out negative shit. We don't do that enough. If we were like,
shit?
Yeah, if we titled this video rather than like the 3 Grots paint, we just titled this is the worst.
Games Workshop is the worst company ever, and they know it, and there won't be any 40k in the next edition. They've gone bankrupt. If we just put that
people,
if we did stuff like that, yeah.
I mean, people would click, but I mean, hey, there's whole
people
channels
like
that
angry stuff.
People
I think that's the reason nobody watches
us
us anymore. Is we stop slagging them off all the time.
I
mean, you still slag them off, Mark, and you do a good job because that's what's keeping our viewers high.
Okay, thank you very much. But I try to be relatively reasoned about it. It's like, this is why I dislike, and if you like it, great, good for you, more power to you.
No, I've unsubscribed to a few channels that do nothing but that negative shit, man. I'm like, no, thank you.
I never subscribed to them in the first place, to be honest.
Negativity's not what I really want to be remembered for.
Yeah, no, we're too positive now, so we don't get the big views. But if we do want to get the big views, we could just convert some controversy.
Let's just start. Do you remember when we made that episode where we just made shit up about what the new version of 40k would look like?
Yeah.
And even though we started the episode going, we're just going to make this shit up, and we finished the episode saying everything that just happened, we just made up. People still took it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got negative comments saying like, "How dare you say Outriders are going to Legends?"
Watching the
it was the Invader
was
ATV. I sent the Invader ATV to Legends because it was so ugly as shit.
I've started noticing Coronate Gains, says Marius, is apparently going into negative content. Yeah, I mean, negative content builds engagement, man.
It does. It's bad, but because and this is important that people don't understand. YouTube cares about engagement.
Yeah,
it doesn't care if it's positive engagement or negative engagement. So when you write that comment on that video that's made you really angry, that's just saying, "Oh, I fucking hate this is ridiculous, unsubscribe." Well, from YouTube's point of view and from that channel's point of view, all you've actually done is engaged with it and boosted their video. So they're very pleased, and you've been just as helpful to them as the person that says that I loved you. This is the best video I've ever seen, and can you have my children?
Yeah.
From an algorithm point of view, you've done exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
All about the money, always is.
And unfortunately, it means that certain types of videos will always get more views.
Yeah, and promoted more.
And promoted more. It's why one of the things that I've been getting more into lately is a bit of makery stuff because I've been teaching a lot of engineering. So I've been spending a lot of time
makery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like people making shit.
Okay.
But a lot of actually more specifically, a lot of sort of woodworking.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I call it maker things, but it's sort of like a bit of 3D printing.
Wholesome stuff. Like watching
stuff,
the repair shop on TV.
Yeah. Well, this is more making things from scratch. But anyway, like furniture, this sort of thing.
What I was using as an example of wholesome stuff, but yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Anyway, and a lot of those channels have either died off or so what I'm watching is actually quite old videos. Or they've kind of morphed into reviews of various different tools each episode. And the reason is, and if you see the creators and things, they say, well, it's because when I do a review of a tool, whether it's good or bad or whatever, I get 1 million views. And when I spend 6 months making a beautiful dining table that isn't particularly ASMR-y because I'm going into real detail about how I did the plans for it, and the requirements to deal with it, nobody watched it because it's been 6 months to make it and 50 people watch it, or I can spend 5 minutes to make it, slag off this new tool that's come out by whatever company, and 15 million people
and
watch
make
it.
a bunch of advert revenue. Yeah.
And there's a few channels saying, look, if you don't want to see all the tool reviews, or in our case, the negative shit, then it's a very simple answer: stop watching it.
Yep.
Stop watching it. Stop clicking on it, and stop leaving bloody comments. Because all you're doing is training the algorithm and training those people that's the content you want. And unfortunately, a lot of these people have got to make a living, so that's the content they'll make.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And that's why nobody watches Blood Angels Commander anymore, because he's gone far too deep into the rage bait. And it's just a rumours channel now. It's like Valrak Part 2, but with admittedly a better Legion.
Oh man, I wonder if somebody actually has a channel dedicated to analysing and covering the stuff Valrak spouts. That'd be.
I mean, I'd do it for a laugh.
Thing.
Actually, I'm only being facetious because I do still watch John's videos.
Oh yeah.
Although, admittedly, I don't as much as I used to. and it's not for any other reason than John's stuck to his guns for years, and he still makes largely competitive gameplay with analysis on it. And if you're in a competitive mindset and you want to know what's the best way to do it, well, here's some maths, here's some logic that backs it up.
Yeah.
Here's 15 PowerPoint slides that aren't PowerPoint slides because it's too cheap to pay for PowerPoint.
Or you want to hear from someone who's literally lived this stuff for years, soaked in it.
Absolutely.
Knows all the details and has the experience and knowledge to back it up. And yeah,
it's not a change in the content there, it's a change in what I'm looking for in content. And certainly 10th edition in particular, from a competitive point of view, I found it very boring, and it means that I'm not really interested in any kind of competitive 40k content at the moment. Also, because it's so slimmed down, it used to be really interesting because there was a real debate about whether your sanguinary guard should have axes or swords and how big the unit should be. There was a debate about whether you should make a 5-man or a 6-man or a 7-man, and there was some maths that backs it up. And I think I'm sure we had that conversation, and we came to the conclusion that we should have 7 men. In
several times. Yeah.
But that was interesting because there was a debate there. There was a conversation.
Yeah, we'd worked it out. It was partially on feeling, it was partially on mathematics.
But there isn't anything to have that conversation about anymore, really, I don't think. Whether you should be choosing, whether spending 15 points to put a power fist in that squad was worth it or not was an interesting conversation.
And it was a meta call, and you could judge whether it was on any particular given day.
But now all the war gear is free, so slap those power fists everywhere you can.
Yeah.
I just feel there's less to talk about. And
I'm
I don't
still expecting that to get U-turned soon, so that all of the models that you've built in all the various ways that have got all the gubbins, suddenly you can't use them all anymore. Just, buy some more models. They'll be fine.
I don't know, John, you're in this much more than we are, and I don't know if you found a similar thing, but I've just found for this edition, there's been less to talk about when it comes from a more serious and meta discussion about units, selection, equipment, just codexes in general. I've just found there's less to talk about.
That's a really tough question, actually, man.
Because you're still putting out content, regular as clockwork, a couple of videos a week.
Maybe it frees you up more to think about what the opponent's armies are doing rather than considering on how to tweak the minutiae of what your army's doing.
So I'm going to be completely honest with you. Some people will probably hate this, but I'll be completely honest with you, is probably at the end of 8th edition, end of 9th edition, I probably maybe did struggle as well, to come up with a video every week, right? In 10th edition as well, there's only 12 Blood Angels units in the codex. It's not like we've got a giant fucking codex to look through, right? But the difference is now I can ask, and I'm going to be honest with you, ChatGPT, I can ask it, brainstorm me 50 ideas, because I think that was the thing I struggled the most with, right? Let's say I've covered Sanguinary Guard, I've covered Death Company, I've covered X, Y, and Z, and I've made, let's say the 9th edition been out for a
comparison videos, I think.
Maybe, yeah, because there was more options to compare.
What was the better choice, Sanguinary Guard or Death Company? Let's do the math sort of things.
Yeah, there was more.
Very much your bread and butter, didn't it?
There was more to compare in the previous editions, right? And there was more custom things you could do with the characters. But at the same time, now if I'm stuck, before I used to have this notepad file, right? Where if I saw someone's, the video suggestions room has always been useful as well. Because someone might suggest a video, but there was definitely times in the previous editions where I would, my workflow for Blood Angels Commander is Monday night, I try and do the slides, Tuesday night, I try and film the video, and then I'm out Wednesday night. So it's usually editing either late on a Tuesday night or when I get back late on a Wednesday night, or when we finish here, if I've ever had time, sometimes on Thursday night I would do a bit of editing.
Yeah, cool.
But you've been pretty religious and in a good way of taking Friday nights off.
Yeah.
Generally. For most of the time I've known you, you've taken Friday nights off for you and the family.
Yeah, no, I'd still do that. That's the night that I don't do any shit on. But I guess my point was sometimes on a Monday night, I would have been sat there with no idea, right? I don't have a video idea. like I'm having writer's block essentially. Like I need to put a video out this Friday. I need to start making the slides right now. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock's coming, 10 o'clock's coming, and I haven't got the idea. Whereas,
I remember you talking about how frustrated you are and feeling those sorts of things.
But now what I would do is like, say if I sit for half an hour and I couldn't get anywhere, I'd just be like, Chat GPT, here's my, like, this is what I want to make a video on, give me 50 suggestions. And usually if it gives you 50, because when I told one of my friends it gave me 50 suggestions, he's like, 50? And I was like, well, the idea behind 50 is that if I just read the list of 50,
there'll be something good in there somewhere.
But 10 of them might be worth thinking about.
Yeah, something there. I might be like, oh, do you know what? Number 4 sounds cool. I could definitely make that. And then what if like I combo it with something from like number 12? And then it's just
your
like,
imagination. Yeah.
Yeah, it just can help now push me in a direction to get going. Like I don't use the AI to make like I don't think it would be good enough anyway to like make the slides for the videos or whatnot. But
getting disturbingly good at it as someone who has used AI to make slides and that presentations and that for lessons and things.
It's surprisingly good at code now.
Very good at code.
And it's very, very good at maths. It's helped me so much with like because I used to do all my maths hammer like manually. Like I'm doing the math in a calculator and punching the numbers into a spreadsheet. And now I've got a tool that it helped me make. Because I already had all the formulas.
What do you use to do that? So we did some testing, myself and a group of students. We did some testing on the maths accuracy of the kind of the major 3 AI platforms, and we did GPT, Gemini, and Grok. And basically, we gave them some really complex maths problems to solve. Not admittedly stat stuff, which is more what you're doing, but we gave them some pretty gnarly problem-solving physicsy problems and algebraic stuff. And we found that of the 3, Grok was actually significantly better than the other 2 at solving those quite hard physics equations and stuff.
Meanwhile, still no videos on Foot Death Company, John. There you go.
It's shit. I've answered it for you. Look.
So I am going to make...
Say what, you can take a clip from this video. Foot Death Company
hold on.
Don't bother with them.
Right, hold on. Say that again, and I'll start the video with it.
Okay. You ready?
Meanwhile, still no videos.
Right, I'll get under the thingy. I'll get under the thingy so you can see me on the face.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Hello. Foot Death Company is shit. Don't use them.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna title the video "Foot Death Company are shit. Don't use them," because that'll get everybody to click it, and the video will just come on and it'll just be that clip from this video.
How can we make that? What if they were Flesh Tear Foot Death Company?
They're still shit.
Trying to make them worse.
They're just worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Can we make them worse?
But yeah, no, it's a good idea actually. I'll make a Foot Death. I've got nothing planned for next week. It's the end of the edition. No one's playing Foot Death Company anyway. Let's see if we can.
No one's ever played Foot Death Company.
Let's see if we can fuck with.
Actually, that's a lie.
We used to because we didn't have Jump Pack Death Company.
I've played Foot Death Company in boarding actions before they let jump packs in.
Yes.
So yeah, there we go.
Sorry. So yeah. So like it hasn't been as hard. I haven't found it as hard, regardless of the fact that there's less units, because the thing that I find hardest...
I went there as well, Mark.
The thing that I haven't found it as hard.
Age does that to you, John.
Yeah. The hardest thing is like see at my job, right?
The hardest thing.
I always think it's hardest, not the hardest thing. I always think it's hardest. Like when you have a blank page of A4, right?
Yeah,
when you're
absolutely.
getting started, like if you have no idea where you, like how, I suppose it's like if you're going to write a novel, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were like sat there on page 1.
And the moment you have an idea in your head that speaks to you, that's got that little spark, everything just flows from there. There's enthusiasm. You can get it. You got an idea for it. Great. So
I mean, if you worry about getting things that hard, then you start with the plumber. And then you go with the nice rich bass line, a bow wow 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 sort of like thing like that, and then he fixes the pipes, and the rest is in the can.
3 grots in a vox. Come for the hobby chat, stay for the filth. Way, or maybe not. I don't know. What else gets you about?
well, plumbers apparently. That's why there's so many videos. Do you know what? Right. Admittedly, I'm not the most of a connoisseur. Some people I know definitely are connoisseurs of the Blue movie, but I don't think I've ever seen a Blue movie with a plumber in it.
No, never.
Like, I've only ever like my knowledge of this. Admittedly, comes a lot from. Do you remember Boogie Nights, the movie with Mark Wahlberg?
I don't think I've seen.
I'm aware of it. I don't think I've watched it.
It's a brilliant film where he's like a porn actor or something because he's got giant boobs. It's very, very well done. It's a really sort of dark movie, but it's just really brilliantly done. But yeah, I think that the whole plumber with a mustache trope, it might be made up.
Okay.
Do you remember there used to be those Carlsberg adverts?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if Carlsberg made a Blue movie or whatever.
Stop! This Blue
where is
movie
this man's
not
mustache?
ready yet.
And I think that that's actually where it came from.
Okay, fair enough.
Man, when did they start
right.
those Carlsberg adverts? This years
They used to be brilliant, didn't they?
Yeah, it was like if Carlsberg made everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stop! This space travel, it's not ready yet.
Or is it because it's supposed to take a long time to pour a pint of Carlsberg?
Yeah, I think that was the joke, yeah.
I see.
That was the thing, but at the same time, they were just great adverts. When I walked into a room the other day, one of my students, now remember that my students, the oldest of which would have been born in about 2008, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely weren't born because one of them went into the when I walked into the room went was and I was sort of fucking hell. Is that come round so far now but it's become retro cool?
Mm-hmm.
Is it cool to say "what's up" like the old?
Apparently, it's coming back round.
I don't even know if that was cool the first time it came.
Well, that's my point. It's like shell suits. Shell suits apparently at the moment are becoming quite trendy, but I don't think they were that trendy in the 80s when they came out last time. They were just shit.
Would you prefer another few months or years of 6, 7?
Right, no child has ever said that to me. Again, I work in a school with many teenagers. Now, I think it's because they know I'll just go ballistic.
Okay,
like, I've got no middle ground or anything. I won't snicker. I won't tell them off. I'll just go nuclear, the first one that does it.
All right.
And I'm beginning to think, because I was kind of waiting for it to happen, because this was my plan. How was I going to deal with it? Because I've heard other colleagues and that saying, it's fucking nightmare. You cannot start counting. You start counting, you go 6, 7, and they'll just melt down in the middle. You just can't do your job properly. And I'm right. The first one that does it to me, I'm going to annihilate. Right? I'm gonna lay into them till I make them cry, and I'm gonna stick them in detention till they throw a beer, and then the others will know not to do it. And either that leaked out before I got a chance to break a child, or something.
But they just got bored of it beforehand. You're a little bit
they just got
slow
bored
reacting.
of it because I don't really teach many of the little ones because they all hate me, and apparently I'm scary.
You're quite scary.
I don't think I'm scary. I think I'm cuddly.
I can see how, under certain circumstances, some people could consider you intimidating.
I just think they're just jealous of my good looks.
That as well.
I do make all of the A-level students work out why I'm the most attractive man in the room. And that's not an opinion-based thing. That is a fact.
How does that go for you?
Well, if you use... It's just basic physics, really. The largest thing, the most massive object in any given room is the most attractive. As I'm the largest thing in most given rooms, that makes me, ergo, by definition, the most attractive thing in most rooms.
All right, yeah, I can see that.
I thought you'd lost a ton of weight from the gym, or have you gone...
I lost some weight for the gym, and I put most of it back on by having an incredibly stressful job and too many late nights, not enough time for the gym, and eating on the run again, which is what I used to do.
It's the eating that gets you, man. It's not the lack of,
Well, I stress eat. That's my problem. So when I get really stressed out, I tend to graze.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found myself like walking from meeting to meeting, eating all the biscuits.
Calorie counting and watching what's going in has helped me lose
that's how I lost
much more weight than anything else.
You know, I lost 25 kilos in a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing exactly that, just keeping an eye on what I ate, getting a bit of exercise in, but you can't outrun a bad diet.
Yeah, you can't. The exercise is cool for your health, but the exercise will never help you.
Muscle, and theoretically, if you build a bit more muscle, right? you can increase your kind of neat calorie burning and things like that, and that's all stuff, because it means that you effectively, the fitter you get, the fitter you get. And
so so I learned all the science about this and actually understood it all thanks to one of our favorite YouTube channels that we've mentioned a number of times before. I have no idea if John's ever watched these, but I know you do, Tony. Yeah, which is Kurzgesagt in a nutshell.
Brilliant channel. I've been a patron of those for years. I still use their videos almost daily in my teaching and for homework and that for the kids. And I watch religiously everything they put out. I think it's
so good.
Brilliant.
So good.
Is that excellent exercise channel or a Warhammer channel? Sorry.
No, neither.
It's a science channel,
really.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's called In a Nutshell, and they do accessible explanations for how shit happens.
Just absolutely all sorts. Right away from crazy existential stuff like ways the universe could end to, as Mark's talking about, exercise science.
Or discussing the Fermi paradox, or why we might be actually getting a handle on climate change these days, and how asthma works. They cover some amazing...
how your immune system works. And they are exceedingly brilliantly researched. The production quality, the quality of the arcs, it's all animated, is far beyond anything else I've seen on YouTube. It's far beyond what you'll find in most commercial products and things.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And it's been around on YouTube for a very long time.
They're amazing. I can't speak highly enough of them.
I would genuinely say that they are one of the best YouTube channels that has ever existed and does exist. Cool. And they are worth every penny I've paid.
Every time we've mentioned this, we've shared you a link for it, Tony. Sorry, John, but we can do so again if you want to give it a go.
I must have been tired when you mentioned it before, because I feel like I have no memory of this, but okay.
But it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It's probably fair to say you have shared it, and my memory has been shocked. Do you know what? I've been going to the gym now for a while.
Because of the drugs, John.
I wish it was. I've been going to the gym now for like 20 months. I've been eating well for probably 6 months. And
if anybody else wants to check this channel out, by the way, I'm posting a link to it in the chat. So I'd strongly recommend checking it out. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I was going to say I've also been I'm going to subscribe to it right now. I've also been sleeping well for once. So
cool.
That made a big difference.
That's a new thing for me.
One of the things that my coach and that, because I was using a personal trainer and stuff when I was doing it as well, paid an awful lot of money to learn something I could have learned from Gurgastart, but he made me go to bed at 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah, sleep is so important, man.
And it did make a big old difference. It made a big old difference.
If you're tired, I'll drink like in Scotland we drink Iron Brew because we're savage.
Because you are a living cultural stereotype.
Yes.
But no, what I learned from Kurzgesagt on the subject was that apparently the human body always burns the same amount of calories every day within a small amount of variance up and down. Yes. And this is an evolutionary thing based on whether you'd be able to hunt food or not. You had to be able to sort of like burn the same amount of stuff and live on a regular like energy budget. And so how exercising helps is it helps you stay in shape, and what you're burning the energy on is healthy stuff. And if you're not exercising, the energy has to go somewhere, and that's why your body and your brain get flooded with weird things that it shouldn't really be getting flooded with, and that's why it messes with your head and your emotions and your feelings. And weight loss is far more a case of controlling how many calories you intake and going into a calorie deficit rather than exercising more, which helps you stay fit and be healthy and be able to do more and have more energy and so forth, but not so much directly impacting the losing weight bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Human body is a weird thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very interesting. But don't tell anybody I said that, because I spend most of my day slagging off biologists for not being real scientists.
Fair enough.
What was it I said to one of them the other day? I said, it's not a personal thing. I just don't respect your subject.
Sure, that went down well.
I do it all the time. I'm just, yeah. I do it all the time. And now I make a joke about it because I'm the only physicist in the building and there's like about 6 biologists.
Okay.
So I feel like I've got a punch above my weight.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, go on the attack from the early get-go about how they, are basically just artists with Latin.
You had a lot of time to practice these insults, haven't you?
I spend so much time. I actually go out of my way to come up with insulting things I can say about biologists. And then I put a little bank together so that during things like assemblies or events and things like that, I can just slip a good one in.
I was going to say, speaking of like...
About how, are you okay with that you disappointed your parents and this sort of thing when you chose to become an artist instead of an actual scientist? I
don't know why talking about physicists has reminded me of this, but did you guys see that one of the co-creators of Red Dwarf died today?
I didn't.
know.
Shit.
Who?
It's either Rob Grant or Doug Naylor. I remember the two names.
Yeah, they're the two names, yeah.
It was Rob Grant. He's one that has been like less involved over the last since the split or whatnot.
Chris Barry was quite ill as well, wasn't he? He had to cancel a lot of his tours.
Oh, did he?
He did. I think last year he cancelled one of his tours because he was very ill. But I thought that had come back on. Right, that's very sad because I do really, really like Red Dwarf.
I can still quote most of the first season.
But one thing I will say that's kind of anti-Red Dwarf at the moment is, did you see there's a Red Dwarf festival?
Yes, I saw that.
Did you see how much it costs?
I saw you could get tickets to meet all the cast and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie, I thought it looked cool, but
I did too. So I clicked on it because I was like, "Well, I'd love to do that." I'm a huge Red Dwarf fan, and then I just saw just how much money we are talking. Serious folding money, or you can, if you want, you can pay even more money, and then you can stage a scene with multiple craft. But you have to pre-book it, and it's like hundreds and hundreds of. And it's like, Jesus Christ. I just don't.
I don't know. Market for people who've grown up loving this stuff and have got good jobs to splurge on this kind of stuff is decent money. So I can thoroughly understand why it's happening.
I understand it, but I feel like this whole, to me, it's like this Comic-Con kind of thing. You know, where you go and you see these panels and then you pay £100 for an autograph and that sort of thing. I know. I almost feel it devalues it because, like, autographs used to be something that it was a big deal if you could get one. You know what I mean? And you'd almost
depending on the actor,
autograph hunters.
Still be, but yeah.
But now it's kind of like these people, and some of them, admittedly, when I've seen some of the like different shows, are like third-rate has-been actors that were in one TV show that used to be quite good but was cancelled 30 years ago, and now spend their time on a convention circuit charging £100 for an autograph and a selfie.
Dude, you just described the entire concept behind one of the best movies of all time, Galaxy Quest.
I love that film.
So good.
It's such a good film.
Can I just say that if someone was willing to pay £100 for a Blood Angel's autograph, I would literally sign it in 2 seconds.
Hey, that's why we gave away that signed copy of the book that you complained bitterly about, that we were giving away, this really expensive book with all of our signatures in, you remember?
Well, I complained about it because I said we'd actually ruined it by signing it.
I don't disagree.
And it was worth more before.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I met the person that won the book, and he's
nice.
Yes, because he was at one of the GTs that I was at.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And he's one of the nicest, humblest guys I've probably ever met.
He said that book I won, yeah.
Well, I mean, he didn't actually mention the book.
Well, it's because he's slightly embarrassed because he thought he was getting a Blood Angels Commander autograph and he got 2 random fat guys on the internet and Blood Angels Commander. Or now we're in a situation where we've got 1 fat guy and 1 Mark.
I'm still overweight. Don't worry, I'm not there yet. I'm still over 17 stone. Which any American watching this is going to go stone. What the hell is this?
Don't they use stone? I thought they used stone in America.
It's some kilograms.
They use kilograms.
I don't know. Google it. Look it up.
I don't know. I'm 120 kilos.
I use stone as well. I don't know what kilo. Oh, well, I do know what my kilos are, but yeah, I only do that because I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to diet, man.
It's what I grew up with, isn't it? It's just what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Got so many characters with so much trim to do. I feel like I'm never making any progress.
That's how I feel doing these bloody Crimson Paladins, because all I'm doing is blacking out the trim, and I've done 1 man.
This whole
time, I've just about done a 2nd man in this whole trim, just blacking out trim. Which is not bad, because like I say, the other day it took me more than an hour to do 1 man. So
and I also have painting to do, but meanwhile I've built this Lego thing here. So yeah, I'll carry on. I'll carry on with that. It's a plinth for a thing.
It looks like, do you know those little they had these little hover things in the Star Wars movies, the episode 1.
It does a bit, yeah.
All the like delegates from the
this is
the bamboo one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've bought quite a lot of those for my wife. She really likes doing those.
Well, my wife bought this one for me, so yeah. Because what she bought me of these? I've got the Lego Tall Neck from Horizon Zero Dawn back there. I've got a Lego Batmobile. I've got a Lego Zen Garden in the bedroom.
Yep, did you see that they're making like Horizon into some sort of multiplayer game, Mark?
Yes, they are.
Are you excited about that?
No, not in the slightest.
That's not going to be some crappy microtransaction.
It is their attempt to turn Horizon into a live service game. And I do not want that shit. I would quite like another single player Horizon Epic. Thank you very fucking much.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to see if that was how.
But they're putting single player content and story campaign mode into this game, so I'm probably going to have to play it anyway.
Which studio is doing that? Is it the PlayStation studio?
Yeah, it's the same studio that made the Horizon games themselves. It's Guerrilla Games doing it. Okay, the people behind Killzone and
Guerrilla Games make some great games because they're based not far from where I live.
Well, is it because it's normally EA that try to make the games live service and then they fuck?
I think the Ninja Theory is not far from where I live. Guerrilla Games might be somewhere else.
Yeah, Guerrilla Games are definitely out in the States.
Yeah, Ninja Theory is in Cambridge.
That makes sense.
Because Ninja Theory makes some great games as well.
They do, yeah, that's true.
My style kind of act. I'm a big Devil May Cry fan. I love that style.
Oh yeah, Tony, that thing we were discussing, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting it. So you can have that.
It's a vasectomy, and but rather than just snipping the pipes, they're removing a ball. So
yeah, that's the one.
That's the one coming in the post.
I'll deliver it. I'll either deliver it to you or make sure it arrives appropriately.
That'll get your testosterone back, Tony, and you'll be able to get back into the gym, no problem.
Yeah, I could do with it. I was actually having a conversation with someone about that the other day because I was out
getting a ball or getting testosterone.
Oh no, the testicles. No, no testosterone because I was accused of not having enough of it because.
Oh really?
I was out with a friend,
right?
And it was him and his wife and my wife and our kids, and he was trying to convince his wife that his 8-year-old should learn Muay Thai.
Okay.
What, like a martial art or something?
Yeah, you know the one where like smash each other's face out, knee to the jaw, this sort of
form of violence,
sort of like really like mega violent, very powerful. And his reasoning was that their little boy was going to need to learn how to fight.
I mean, there's obviously an argument to be made to learn how to.
And he asked the wrong person. So we're out in this thing when his wife's like, "We live in the modern world. There is really very little reason for an 8-year-old to learn how to punch people in the jaw.
Well, I mean, the only reason would be like Black Friday when someone gets that TV.
Well, that's kind of my point of view. So anyway, in this thing meeting, he goes to me, he goes, "But Tony will agree. Every man needs to know how to, like, you know, how to throw fists, how to do violence." And I said, "Mate, you're asking the wrong person, because I've never thrown a punch in my life. And the moment somebody threatened me, I'd be out of there so fucking quick. You call me a coward all you like, I'll be gone. You won't be able to catch me. You want to see how quick I am?" And she was like, "Look, look at him. He's somebody." He goes to me, he goes, "Weren't you a bouncer?" I was like, "No, I was a steward. I was on the doors, but I wasn't."
Mm-hmm.
But so the accusation was that I don't have enough testosterone because I've never felt it necessary to punch anybody, and that was where we were going with that story.
I believe in the philosophy of being able to end fights and not wanting to start any.
Yeah, I believe in the philosophy of not being the fattest man in the room. So if there's a zombie apocalypse, they'll eat him first.
Fair. Having said that, I'm also the most conflict-averse and argument-avoid person I know. So
I wouldn't know what to do. I'd run away. Joke about it, but I really wouldn't know what to do, especially since I've had kids. I don't know if John, you experience this as well, but like I was actually talking to one of my colleagues about this one the other day. I was saying, because where I work is quite a rough inner city sort of school, and we were walking somewhere the other night, and it got a little bit hairy. Big groups of people. There's been a lot of muggings and a lot of stabbings where we were. And I said, if someone tried to mug me, the first thing I'd do is throw my wallet at them, and then they could have my car keys, my mobile phone, and anything else they wanted. Please don't stab me. And I would put up no resistance at all. In fact, I'd make sure that they had memorized my PIN number, because I don't carry cash, and I don't want that to upset them. And it's sort of looking at me again like, what? I was like, no, my life is worth far more from an incidental stabbing than any wallet. I can buy new wallets.
Yeah. You can get new cards. You can get
new cars. I can get new mobile phones. I can't get new kidneys. Yeah,
no, I'm with you.
And I think it was especially true since I had a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much stopped skateboarding now
because I just think that they don't want to grow up without a dad.
Yeah, well, I love.
So before I was never violent or anything like that, but I was also completely oblivious to any risk. So I would walk home from the pub through whatever the roughest, dodgiest, drug-infested den was, because it was 5 minutes quicker.
But the moment you've got another dependent,
suddenly I started actually being vaguely sensible with my life and skin. But I still wouldn't get in a fight. I'd run away.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I've been going to the gym for a while now, man, and
you're a big lad.
I'm getting there, right? Like in terms of like, you know who Cornate Gaines is, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So I watched a video of him the other day, right? And he's doing like bicep curls on the 20-kilogram dumbbells.
Yes.
And I you've seen the size of his arms. I actually thought he would be doing more than. So he's doing 20 reps on 20 kilograms. I did 9 reps the other day on 20 kilograms. So I mean, just being able to do half of what that huge, like he is huge.
I know. I actually really like him. Although I have, like someone said in the chat earlier, or whatever, didn't they, that he's gone more angry, rage baity stuff.
Yeah. And Marius, we do trust and value Marius.
Yeah, I do, and that's why I'm a bit disappointed. I haven't even checked. I've just accepted that is in fact the truth.
Yeah, no, I have watched a couple of the videos where he's upset. The thing about Australians, though, is I think they kind of get screwed in that the prices for Warhammer is so expensive there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And have been for years.
So I guess, like, they're literally on the other side of the world from the factory. I don't know what else you could say, except they're on the other side of the world from the factory, right? It's going to be expensive. It's the same if we in Britain want to buy an iPhone, we paid twice what people in America pay for an iPhone, right? It's like, it's just, that's just the way it is, right?
China is the opposite side of the world to Britain.
So yeah,
facetious because of course the iPhone being made in China.
Yeah, that's kind of facetious, but yeah. So I feel like I have strength now, right? Like my wife has told me a few times, like she's like, "Oh my goodness, you have a lot of strength now," and I was like, "Yeah, but I still." Did
you walk in the room and be like, "Feel my bicep"?
I have done that.
Did you put on the gun show?
I have asked her to measure the biceps.
Did that work out how you thought it was going to work out?
Well, she said you just laugh in your face? And
do you know what? Originally, she said she didn't care that I was getting biceps, and then after she touched them a few times, she was like, "All right, okay, yeah, I'm into this. I'm into this."
Are we back at talking about things that are hard, or?
No, I think it's
we're now on the Blood Angels Commanders. What is it? Dating and advice on how to attract a lady.
Something like that. Yeah.
Get the guns out.
It's just
show us the blonde locks.
Also, carrying my kid. You must feel this too.
Yeah,
How many times have you carried your kid from like one room to the other, or you've carried them when you've been out at the shops?
Oh, for hours.
And then the next day you try and get out of bed, and your back is like agony. Right,
my little bastard's 18 kilos now.
Okay, my son is like 3 stone 4, so that must be.
And if you ever watch this, Alan, years from now, Daddy loves you very much, I'm sure.
Yeah.
3 stone 4 in kilograms is like, so like over 20 kilograms, like 21 kilos. So like if you're going to carry him for any length of time, you're going to have a sore back the next day, right? And like going to the gym realistically has really helped. Like I was at the point where like some mornings when I woke up, I could barely even sit up, man. Like my back was just that sore. I couldn't sit myself up in bed from carrying them. So what a difference that has made just for like the lack of back pain.
Well, I still maintain that was one of the best reasons to buy a good bloody chair. A quality office chair. If you spend a lot of time in an office chair, which admittedly I don't for work, I do for fun, for painting,
but still
is an absolute investment that is worth every single penny. And my only regret is not doing it sooner. And I'm very glad I didn't buy one of those bloody Secret Lab chairs.
Oh, God, people who did that. What mugs,
Why would anybody do that? I mean, it looks like a racing car seat.
God.
That's not indicative of a good quality office furniture.
It's like you're buying for looks and style over function, isn't it, really?
Well, I do like that one that they did for Doom.
What kind of pretentious idiot buys a Secret
Why
Lab?
Unless they're sponsored by Secret Lab, at which point...
I have moved on from the Secret Lab chair, you know that, right?
Sorry?
Yep.
I have moved on from the Secret Lab chair.
Yeah, but you bought it to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
You did spend that money. How much was that?
Oh, it's like 400 for a crap chair.
Yeah.
Hey, there's.
How are you feeling about the current chair, though? Because you bought the same chair as I've got. In fact, you spent more money than me because you bought the fancy arms as well.
Yeah, I bought one that has armrest. Or a retractable armrest. I love this chair, man. I'll never not love this chair, I guess.
Good. Until it breaks and you have to buy a new one.
No, lifetime warranty on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Even though it's mesh, I do wonder if you can rip the mesh accidentally.
I haven't managed it yet, and I've had mine a few more years than you.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I just thought there'd be like natural wear and tear on this sort of thing.
Might not be lifetime. Actually, I think I'm making that up. I'm pretty sure it's 10 years.
Yeah, maybe 10 years.
Yeah, there's going to come a point where it will just.
Yeah, that was everything. Though I'm dreading the day when I need to buy a new car because cars are so expensive these days, especially if you want a family car, right?
Well, nobody makes them anymore because they've all just moved over to bloody SUVs. And if you're like me and don't want an SUV, because I just don't particularly like 4-wheel drives, I don't see the point. I I spend most of my time in traffic jams in cities. What the hell do I need 4-wheel drive for? I'm a bit boring. I like a classic estate car, a family car.
On the subject of rising prices, I'm very happy and grateful that I whatever it was that made me buy my new computer
When you did
late last year. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. RAM prices are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous now.
Even then,
my brother was telling me about that. I can't remember what he was saying about how he needed a new PC he needed some RAM for his PC, and it was double what he paid for it a year ago.
Even then, it wasn't that I escaped it completely, because it was still a case of, what am I paying for when I go up from? It's just the RAM check. Okay, do I really need to upgrade there?
Yeah, I mean, I built mine 3 years ago. So luckily it's still pretty meaty. I've got 32 gigs of DDR5 in here, and that's what I put in it 3 years ago. And I can't see any reason why I'd need to change it at the moment.
Well, the reason you would change it is you would pull that DDR5 out, you put it on eBay, and then you'd like get a cheaper mortgage or something for your house. Because the AI companies are buying it up.
I'm on 32 gig of RAM as well. Yeah.
I think at the time when I built it, it was something like 16 gigs was going to cost me 100 quid, or 32 gigs was 120 quid, or something like that.
Oh yeah, RAM was like the cheapest thing going.
I was like, I'll bugger it. I'll buy as much as I can reasonably put in here then. Because I've got an ITX build, so I've only got 2 RAM slots.
Okay.
So I can only fit 2 chips. So 32 gigs was the only reasonable amount I could get, because 32 gigabyte sticks were bananas then.
Oh yeah.
And probably even more now.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous now. It's the GeForce graphics cards, some of the 5090s, the top ones.
Yeah.
You're going for like £1,300 over retail. Retail, 1,300 over retail.
Bananas, isn't it? Yeah, or even stuff that's just coming out. So I've got an old 3090 that I managed to basically bum for free off of someone. I'll do some painting for them. That was the deal. I'll paint some bits for them.
3090 for painting. Jesus.
Hey, my time is valuable.
Apparently, very valuable, man.
But anyway, so I've got a 3090 in here, but it is an older one. So it's quite an old card now. And I thought, well, actually, I would quite like to, if I get a little bit of money come in, to buy a 5070. Yeah. Because I saw a nice 5070 with a small form factor card, because this 3090 takes up half it's a sandwich design, my tower, and it's like mostly 5090. Sorry, 3090. Right, there's barely any room for anything else. The case is under tension, basically.
Oh yeah.
And then I saw this lovely little 5070 come out, which I thought was probably fairly comparable for gaming to that 3090.
It's probably better, honestly.
Probably better because it's got all the modern frame generation stuff in there.
Yeah,
the latest version of DLSS and all that.
Yeah. So I was like, so there's a nice little card come out there. It's got much lower power requirements. It's physically a lot smaller, so that'll make it quite a little bit less tense inside my chassis. So how much is that then? 850 quid? Fuck off. About 850 quid for a 5070.
Yep.
So we must have got really lucky with Charlotte's one then, because we spent like 500 on a 5070.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
And the 5070 does outperform my 3090, which is quite disheartening, honestly.
So that's what I thought. I thought 5070 is probably about the right one for me. I'll pay 500 quid. 800 quid!
Is it just the RAM on the graphics cards that's
I don't know what it was.
Mainly.
I personally think they charge that much because they can.
There's also that, but it's mainly the RAM on the board, yeah.
It's like when we had COVID and the war in the Ukraine and all that sort of nonsense, and then Israel and that all kicking off at the same time. So all the supermarkets put all their prices up by about double what they're actually
just use it as an excuse to charge more, and then
I feel that
massive profits. Yeah,
the Ramageddon is doing the same thing. So it's like, we've got to charge extra because there's not enough RAM going around. And you think, well, hang on, your RAM prices have gone up by 20%, but you've increased your prices on your graphics cards by 50.
Yeah. If it's a reason they think customers will swallow, they'll find an excuse because that's capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I might
Make
be
as much money as you can. Screw the person.
I think at heart, I think I'm some sort of weird lefty communist.
Yeah, I think I'm a socialist, honestly.
A proper one, yeah? No, fuck it then. I'm going even more hardcore. I'm a Marxist.
Oh.
And I believe in the Marxist utopia. And before somebody starts to go, boo, 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 I have read the book.
Yeah, I just think I'm against capitalism, man. I'm just done with capitalism. Maybe it's just an old man thing. I'm getting old. Do you know what I said? I actually don't know off the top of my head you guys' ages today, right? But you know my boss, Andrew. Mark, you've met him in person.
Yeah.
I said to him today, because Andrew's got this terrible habit of not eating properly in terms of like, you know, like just not eating properly. So like I said to him, he was complaining about a headache. And I said to him, what have you eaten today? And he's like, and he just wouldn't take me seriously. And he'd had like, he told me he'd had a bag of crisps, he'd had a slice of Victoria sponge, and he'd had like 2 slices of brown bread and like prawns. And this was like probably like 5:30. He said that.
And
right?
You wonder why, Andrew? Jeez.
Yeah, and you wonder why you've got a sore head.
I mean, because you've had... eating prawns. Who eats prawns?
Well, the prawns are probably the best part of it because at least they've got some protein, right? But like, he's not eating any fruit, so like he's probably missing a bunch of different macronutrients. He's probably got no calcium. Like the reason he's got a sore head, I was trying to say to him, is your body is missing something. Your body's trying to tell you, I'm missing something.
Some people are like that though, aren't they? Like my brother's 32 and he lives on gummy bears.
So I said to Andrew, "You're getting old, man. You need to take care of yourself." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not getting old." And I was like, "Dude, you're 2 years older than me, and I'm getting old." So
you might be in denial, but
yeah, I'm 43
happens.
this year, and it's like I take vitamins every single day, and then I eat fruit and veg every single day. And I know that if I don't eat healthy and I don't eat fruit and veg and shit and take my vitamins, I probably have headaches too. You know,
I'm not saying anything eating this week because last week was Chinese New Year, so the whole concept of diet went out the window last week for me.
Calorie counting is all well and good, and it's you know
it's all well and good until Chinese New Year rolls around.
It's all well and good until you're driving home from work, and then you drive past the chippy, and the smells. Right, okay, I'm getting a chippy tonight. Yeah, fine, cool.
My problem. I'll tell you what. I've eaten every meal. You know the co-op meal deal. Right? Mm-hmm. I've had every single sandwich, apart from ones that got shellfish in it because I'm allergic.
Okay.
That my co-op sells multiple times. So I now have a hierarchy of sandwiches because some days I'll actually eat 2 or 3 co-op meals.
Oh God, we need to do a sandwich tier list.
No, we don't. We really don't.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. That would be controversial.
It would be controversial. It'd be argument starting, and that does appeal to me.
Okay, fine, sure.
Because just starting fights with random strangers, not me involved in them, but making them have a fight, I can live for that.
What about a sandwich?
You know, I walked into a room the other day, and I just because a load of kids in there, and I said, Naruto is shit. And I said, and you can laugh over there because One Piece is even shitter. Disgust. And I just walked out. And it apparently nearly came to blows in there. And I was quite proud of myself, actually, because I just took the chance that one of them in that room would care.
All right.
So I feel like with a sandwich tier list, we should just start and we should just do something really ridiculous. And the S-class #1 pick is the prawn salad.
Said no one ever.
That no one ever wants out of that triple pack. Because the Mary Rose dressing makes it go really weird.
We need to actually send someone into Tesco's on a recon mission or co-op.
Yeah.
And get pictures of all the sandwiches, and then when the security guard comes over and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" and just be like,
"Don't say anything, just run away."
Be like, "I'm here researching for the sandwich tier list," and if they cause drama, then
Or avoid a fight and just say something like mystery shopper.
No, you're not allowed to tell them if you're a mystery shopper. That's part of the clause of being a mystery shopper.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I didn't know that either. I found that out because I
Sandwich
was talking to someone the other day that did it.
All right.
But yeah, so I do think that we should start it off. It's like when we do the next tier list, and we start off by saying that the best thing in the Blood Angels arsenal is the Fire Strike servo turret or something ridiculous like that. And you take that screenshot of the tier list with the Fire Strike servo turret and tactical marines in the S class, not for any other reason than just to get someone really annoyed in the comments.
Yeah. Just to rage bait some people into watching the stream. How dare they say the Fire Strike servo turret's a good unit? I still think it's hilarious that they actually put 2 Fire Strike servo turrets into the Iron Hands combat patrol. Like, is that not just the biggest fuck you ever, right? Like, here's your combat patrol, have 2 Fire Strike servo turrets.
Because do you remember the end of 8th edition when the best Space Marine army was the Iron Hands one? Because you had that strat, it was the strat or was it enhancement, whatever it was, thing that made you turn a dreadnought into a character.
Yes, the untargetable character, yeah.
And you could make that unkillable Doom dreadnought character thing that you couldn't touch and just killed everything.
Yeah.
And for a brief period of about 6 months, Iron Hands were like at 90% win rate or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were as bad as Eldar.
Annihilating everybody, yeah, I remember.
And I think that the Fire Strike thing is just punishment for that. Because someone was there at that time, whoever it is that decides what goes in these boxes, and he got absolutely violated.
GW have over the years had a notable habit of overcompensating and punishing armies for years after for the sins of the past, except Eldar, who just keep on being OP.
Every single edition. It's like my custodes that are still paying for. I don't even think they're ever even that bad. They're just paying for some imagined transgression that they didn't actually do back in 8th edition or 9th edition.
Yeah, that's about right.
There was a little while where custodes were really good, where the jet bikes were really, really good, and the dreadnoughts were really, really good. I sort of remember that. Where I think it was 8th, maybe, because it feels like it was ages ago.
Well, the second list that I'm having to finish painting up for the tournament that Mark and I are going to is it's just 1,000 points consisting of 5 custodian dreadnoughts.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Which is fucking awesome. Let's be clear.
It's 2 Telemons, an Achilles, a Galatus, and a standard Contemptor is 1,000 points.
I keep hearing noises, and I went through and checked my kids, and they're both asleep. I don't know what the fuck I'm hearing.
Place your bets now. What is John's wife up to? Or maybe, don't.
I'm not touching her. Nothing I can say is even close to appropriate at this point.
No, they're both asleep, so I don't know what the fuck I'm hearing.
Even by my standards.
Just hearing things.
We have found Tony's line.
In my old age.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, it's because I don't like going for low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I like to work for my innuendos and / piss-taking.
Do you? Do you, though?
I don't want to work too hard, but I like to have a little bit of a challenge in there.
Fair enough.
Rather than taking the obvious bait.
Seems fair. How long do we want to keep doing this for? We've been at this for a couple of hours.
Have we? I don't know what the time is because I've managed to paint a man. No, I've actually done a couple of. Why do I do this to myself? Every single bloody. Even when I started doing those fucking world eaters, I'm going to paint them white. What am I going to spend my time doing? Painting trim black.
I don't know. Why do you?
I'll go back to the custodians because you spray paint the bastard things gold and call it a day.
Yeah. Well, maybe a neat watch, but yeah.
I was going to say, we can wrap up in like 5 minutes.
What is the time?
It's
coming up on 11:30.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah, we probably ought to then. I'm going to finish this man. Because I've only got to do another shoulder pad.
Yeah, 11:30 would be a good idea, because that way I can go say goodnight to the wife and not get in trouble.
I've just assumed that I'm in trouble for the last 13 years or whatever it is I've been married.
This is the way. Have you seen the new Mandalorian Grogu trailer?
Yes, and I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I have to admit that I just didn't like season 3 of the Mando.
I didn't like it as much, but I liked it.
I think the problem was because it was written
it was
as...
a retaking of Mandalore.
Yeah, but it was written largely, wasn't it, as Heroes of the Old Republic or Heroes of the New Republic, something like that. A different TV series that was supposed to have focused on, what's her name, Gina Carano, before she went mental.
Yeah.
And Disney dropped it, and then they repurposed a lot of the scripts from that series that they'd written for Mando 3, which is why Mando was in so little of it.
Okay.
Because it was supposed to be more of an anthology series with lots of these different sort of other characters that was all going to build to a kind of Marvel-y.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was fun, but I didn't like it as much as the other two. And I actually put that down to the fact that Favreau was not as involved in Mando 3 as he was the first couple.
I also know what they did to the character. They seem to do that old trope. Do you remember what they did with Halo 5 when they whatever Halo it was, when they wanted to introduce a new character? So to prove how hard he was, they had him beat up Master Chief.
Yeah.
And that's an old lazy game development system of how do you make your new protagonist look better than the old protagonist, have him fight him and win.
Yeah.
And I felt they did that with Mando 3 as well. It's like, well, how can we make Sabine seem badass? Now, Sabine's a badass character anyway. But they did it by making Mando suddenly forget how to fight. Like,
Sabine,
you've been through the first two
Sabine
seasons.
wasn't in there, or do you mean both?
Bo.
Okay, yeah.
So Mando has gone from some like absolute badass gunslinging, death-dealing machine to basically completely incompetent. And every episode he's in, he's just getting beaten up by everybody. And Bo was just coming in and killing everybody for him. And I felt like they wanted to establish Bo as a badass quickly. And they felt the best way to do that was make us seem better than Mando, who was already established.
Maybe. I get where you're coming from.
I didn't think it was just such a shift for him to, like all that shit with the dark saber and that. It just didn't make any character sense to me. Why does he suddenly start getting kidnapped every 5 minutes? Oh, here's a random alien. Oh, it's going to knock Mando out. Yeah, there he is. He's unconscious. That's par for course. Who's going to win? Grogu's going to get Bo again. Brilliant. Yeah, here she comes. Yeah, suddenly. Yeah, no, job done. Are you going to get up now, Mando? Are you just tired? I don't. Is it like old age? Suddenly we caught up with him in that last season.
Well, the trailer, the second trailer they released looked a lot better than the first one, I think. The first one didn't really show anything, the one that was out at the Super Bowl.
It didn't.
It was very much a teaser. So anyway, back to the point. I'm hoping it's more like season 1 and 2 Mando, where he kicked ass.
Yeah.
And so did everybody else, including Gina Carano, to be honest, who I love the character, wasn't so impressed by the person who played her.
Agreed.
They've just recast her. Couldn't they have done that? Or am I missing something? They recast people in every fucking other Disney thing, don't they?
They could have, but they didn't.
But they didn't. But I thought the character was brilliant. I thought it was well written, and a proper cool counter to Mando.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I wanted more of that, but we didn't get more of that. I'd rather they recast him.
Are they going to recast the guy that Carl Weathers, or you don't think so?
No, I suspect he's
I
probably
hope they don't. I
gone.
think it would be.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'd rather they did that than they did that thing where they used bloody CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Unless, of course, I don't know if Carl Weathers had a son or something, because we've seen that before, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it's sad.
Where we've seen a relative play the deceased.
True.
We're at an age now where all our favourite movie stars are just going to die of old age or heart attacks, right? Like,
Well,
I will always remember him from that Predator movie. You know, when he like the very first Predator movie when he sees Arnie, he's just you son
the
of
bro
a bitch.
handshake, the most manly moment in any movie ever.
The thing is, though, worrying about all your old beloved movie stars not being there anymore is one thing, but thinking that nothing else can come along to fill that gap.
I still like Pedro Pascal, even though he's in everything.
No, it's not so much that. It's the fact that everybody went absolute ape shit when they cast Heath Ledger as a Joker. I think he's going to be awful. He's not going to be anything compared to Jack Nicholson. And you should never write somebody new off like that, because he did fucking amazing.
Yeah. Although I still controversially don't like that Batman movie as much as I think other people do. I think the film was just too long. Needed a better editor.
Fair enough. You're entitled to your erroneous opinions.
Joker was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Dent was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Deserved their own films.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we're talking about own films about villains, then we can talk about something else at the moment, which is today, a press release went out saying Sony have decided to reboot their Spider-Man villain-verse story because they finally accepted that it was doing dog shit and they want to start over from scratch now.
Oh, really? Because I really liked the Venom movies. I watched all three of them.
Yeah, they're the only ones that made any kind of money whatsoever.
What were the other villain ones?
Craven, Morbius,
Madam Web. Shit! I forgot they existed.
Yeah. There we go.
I never saw Madam Web. I heard it was shit.
Yeah.
Morbius I've never seen, but I actually want to.
Morbius was hilariously.
Craven just looked weird. I've never watched
funny.
it. I've just watched bits of it where Rhino just seems like a dude who goes grey for some reason.
I've heard people say that Madam Web isn't all that bad a movie, but it doesn't matter because it made no money whatsoever. It made a massive loss.
Are we not getting Tom Hardy in any of the Marvel stuff then? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, pretty much.
I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thoroughly enjoyed the whole Venom trilogy.
Yeah, they were fun.
One of them.
I don't think I've seen the third one, but I liked the first two.
I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
I thought there was a scene at the end of one of those Venom movies that was supposed to be.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
it was just played up for fun and in the best way.
It was a scene at the end of.
Second one, wasn't it?
No. It was at the end of.
Right,
No Way Home.
One.
Yeah.
Where they had Tom Hardy being the Stinger at the end of that Spider-Man movie.
That's what it was, yeah.
And then there was one of the Venom movies as well, where it had, and he was in his like chalet or whatever at the beach.
Yeah, I remember that. That's
Spider-Man comes up on the screen, and Venom just starts going ape shit at the screen for no apparent reason, because of course he's not met in any of those movies. He just, I hate that guy. I don't know why, but I hate that guy. It's just really well.
And so we're not. I really thought we were going to get him into the MCU.
Maybe. You never know. But spoilers, if everybody hasn't seen it, I know John hasn't, but you don't care that much, trust me. The third film does end the trilogy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, this is an ending. Boom.
Yeah.
They could carry it on, but they clearly had made the decision that this was going to be a trilogy.
And Tom Hardy's pretty clear on the subject that this is done now.
He's enjoyed it. He's finished it. Which is good. I don't mind that. And I like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I really like Tom
Good
Hardy.
stories end. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, good stories end it. Sorry, I was going to say.
Well, before it gets bad.
No, I was going to say good stories end with the culling of the Shire. What was it called? The Raising of the Shire?
Okay.
Yes, that was
that was the ending, right?
That needed to be.
Yeah, it needed to be.
That film was too long, actually. That
film was too long. Imagine if they'd added another hour of them going back to the Shire.
No, I remember watching that at the cinema, going, "Oh, I need to pee. Oh, brilliant, it's finished. Oh, fuck, it's not finished. There'll be another big. Oh, brilliant, it's finished. I can go for a pee now. Oh, it's not
finished yet.
And there's like 17 false endings in that bloody movie.
Don't get me wrong. A good epilogue is essential to wrap up a story, and every good story should have some form of an epilogue, so you can see what all the characters are doing afterwards and how all the things that they've struggled and fought for inform where they end up. Absolutely.
And you want, and I don't know, we talked about tropes earlier, that actually you reach a certain age when you like a good trope, because I like a good happy ending.
Yeah.
I want a happy ending at the end of my thingies. But one of the things that I think Korean television generally does very, very well is they tend to only have one season and they write the whole story and then it ends.
What happened?
I'm sorry, Tony.
What have you just done?
I haven't done anything. You just said you like a good happy ending.
Yeah. I'll pay extra for that.
I know.
God, your brain's in the gutter tonight, Mark.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Excuse me. Or don't.
All right, well, on that note...
On that happy ending.
On that happy ending, shall we end up for tonight?
Yeah, I have at no point looked at what was in the comments or chat, and in fact can't see it. I've not opened YouTube.
Well,
so
time.
Is there anything in the chat that we probably should know about, Mark? Because I'm sure you've been monitoring it. You normally do.
Bearded Coyote has said something about somebody being killed off since Carl Weathers. They put a memorial for him and his tombstone in the Jedi Lang. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He deserves to be honoured. He absolutely should be. He has been.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah. Sweet. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Talk about then.
And watching.
I've got that giant printer here now.
What?
I thought you said something else that was giant. Jesus, this stream is deteriorating.
I wouldn't know. Look at that. Look what I made.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You 3D printed that, did you?
That's a money box.
It's a Pokeball money box, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
Cool.
I'm not even that into Pokemon. That was fun.
No, fair.
I've
Looks
got
great.
since bringing this printer home a couple of weeks ago. I've got for about 70 quid's worth of filament.
I can't say I'm surprised.
My wife calls it my little minion.
Excellent.
Well, I'll see you guys soon. And thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, press like. We appreciate it.
Do all the usual YouTube-y stuff.
Yeah, if you hate us, please leave a comment and tell us so.
Because Tony likes to laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, we like the negative energy that you bring to our streams, the haters.
It gives us fuel to talk about this sort of crap again later. Yeah,
exactly. It encourages me never to speak of that thing again. So that thing that annoyed you, that controversial comment that I may or may not have made merely to annoy somebody, I think you should comment and tell me which one it was that I shouldn't say again so that I know not to say it in the next stream to rage bait another comment out of you.
Yep. This is the way.
This is the way. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Cheers all.
Ciao.
Peace.